Liverpool's British record signing against Atletico Madrid in the Champions League tonight. But what's frustrating Arne Slot? He'll tell you himself in a few minutes. In the Champions League this season, they have a formidable group stage home record in European competitions, having won the last 14 matches and have a 100% winning record in the Premier League, of course, so far this campaign.
We are far above my expectations during the summer, so we all know what happened this summer. We all knew when the program or the schedule came out that we had to face Newcastle away, Arsenal at home and Bournemouth at home. And it turned out to be Burnley a difficult one as well, but that is maybe not what I expected it, but not in the fashion as it happened on Sunday. So for us to be on 12 points now is so much more than I expected, especially after we've had so many changes in the group as well, in our squad, sorry. And yeah, I think we can do better.
As for Atletico Madrid, they'll have the likes of Antoine Griezmann and Conor Gallagher in their lineup at Anfield. Atletico won only one of the last 8 Champions League matches against English teams and have never beaten an English side in a UEFA competition, group or league game.
Whenever you...
To Atletico Madrid, how tough a start is this one?
Well, I think a lot of Liverpool fans, when they saw the draw, might have been a little bit concerned, but Atletico Madrid really haven't been at their best so far this season. At the moment, they sit 11th in La Liga. They're already 7 points behind closest rivals Real Madrid. They're 5 points off the Champions League spots already. Liverpool, meanwhile, have kind of forced their way into 4 wins, let's say. They are the first side in Premier League history to score 4 winners after the 80th minute. Absolutely remarkable start from them. I don't think it's necessarily clicked in terms of a lot of their new signings. But the same can be said about Atletico Madrid. They've spent 360 million euros in the last 3 windows, bringing in 70 new players. And Diego Simeone's side have already lost to Espanyol. They've drawn against Alaves. They've drawn against Elche. And they only got their first win of the weekend against Villarreal. Antoine Griezmann probably hasn't looked at his absolute best so far. So Liverpool, I think, are the strong favourites for this one, despite their new signings bedding in as well.
On our new signings, 450 million. The pundits that favour not us but some other clubs. And I repeat, 450 million. He's part of the team that won against Newcastle, that won against Arsenal.
Liverpool begin their Champions League campaign at home to Atletico Madrid this evening, and we could get our first look at Alexander Isak in a Liverpool shirt. Here's a reminder of what Arne Slot said about the possibility of the British record signing making his debut tonight.
There's definitely a chance because he's in the squad, so then there's a chance to play, but I would normally always say 99.9% sure, but I can say it's 100% sure that he will not play 90 minutes. But he's part of the squad, so it's already a Champions League game to look forward to, but if people look forward to his playing time, that could mean that could happen.
Right, Charlie Austin, Alexander Isak, British record signing £125 million. Does that level of price tag have a bearing on the way a player feels when he goes out on the pitch?
No, because I'm going to say the expectation is there for him to do well, but that's only because he's performed well at his club previously, and he has no actual say in how much the price tag is, right? But so the pressure is on himself, not because of the price tag, but for him to do it right, him to score goals for Liverpool, him to score his first goal. So he'll have his own pressure on it. The price tag has nothing to do with him. It won't come into his mindset, I wouldn't have thought.
Are you looking forward to seeing him?
I think everybody is, to see what he delivers and almost answer the questions that we're all asking. Where is he going to fit in, and how are Liverpool going to set up, and how's their attacking players going to play for him, really?
Yeah, and remember that on the weekend, it's the Merseyside derby at home to Everton.
Because the biggest thing is also, Tom, on that, is when he was at Newcastle, Newcastle played for him to the centre forward. Liverpool have always played in different ways and always gone to Salah. So it'd be interesting to see the dynamic and how that actually works, fitting them all in, and do they play for both of them, or do they play for Isak as well?
That'll be a bit of criticism, might be a bit strong for Florian Wirtz. Again, is this amplified by his price tag?
Yeah, again, like the price tag is nothing. He can't do nothing about the price tag. It's just his performances have made someone pay that money, and that's got it done. And I think what comes with the price is expectation. We all expect him to hit the ground running and be this. Nobody get anywhere near him. Him to be this exciting attacking player that we all love, but we see him play and do certain things, but nothing to the eye. We're like, oh my God, that is outstanding. And I just think that's football, and that does come with a price tag. And arguably, we have to do this when we spoke this years ago with Grealish when he moved for 100 million. Then the question started asking then, is he in the ground running? Well, he's a £100 million player because that's what the club valued him at.
Well, a lot of talk of money, can it affect the manager as well? He does raise a very good point in the money raised. Nunes, Alexander-Arnold, Kelleher, Quansah, Diaz, Tyler Morton, Ben Gannon, Doak. They did actually raise a lot of funds, which he's right to say, but does the fact that they have still spent that money, and they are spent more than they've made, does that add pressure to a manager as well as the players?
He's wanted the certain players, his certain type of players, to come in and help the current squad that he's got, and that's the price that come through. The pressure comes onto that because they broke the British transfer record twice. That's the pressure that comes with it. But almost like he's saying, they've brought 300 million in. But when you've got two stars like that for 115 and 125 million, that brings its own pressure.
Well, we'll get the views of a Liverpool supporter on all this. Sky Sports have partnered with Finalysis, an app where passionate fans share their opinions on their club. You can represent your club as well. Scan that QR code or visit the Sky Sports app for more details. We're joined by Montel Bowen, who is a Liverpool fan. Right, Montel, do you feel that there's more pressure on...
Come with that, yes, but we've lost players too. So if you're going to spend money, you want to spend it the right way. I feel like most rivals want to be probably in our position spending that money, in my opinion.
You say that, though, and I agree, because a lot of teams, you see Sir Alex Ferguson, when United was winning, every year they went and strengthened. Every year they went and bought a one player, two player, whatever it was, they strengthened. And Liverpool have done that. They lost players, like you say, brought 300 million into the club. But ultimately, if Liverpool win games and win trophies, the price tags are irrelevant.
Exactly, and that's what I'm trying to say. I feel like there are going to be agendas, and you are players. You're going to watch every single one of their moves, every bad touch, every bad pass. But again, that just comes with the territory. I
think that comes with being a football fan, mate. I think that comes with being a football fan, also being a territory.
No, I hear it as well. I think it's just amplified with the price tag. Again, it just feels way more amplified. I think the opinions on Florian Wirtz. Do I think it's harsh? Yes. Do I think it's warranted just because that's how football is these days? The second you cost over 100 million, everything is amplified. Same with Isak. The second he does come into that team, the expectations are going to be unreal. But at the end of the day, I'd rather have Isak and people question the expectations before he set foot than me not have the player. Any Premier League team would rather have Isak right now. I guarantee you. Isak was Arsenal's #1 choice, whether people like it or not. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's only right that other fan bases or opinions are going to be, there's going to be a massive magnifying glass. It just, honestly, personally, it doesn't faze me, but I understand, because I'd be the same thing. I'd be doing the same thing if I was a rival fan, sorry.
Charlie, because of that magnifying glass, what's best for Florian Wirtz right now? To keep playing his way into form, or be taken out?
I think he's going to keep playing. He's part of a winning team. He's played 4 games, won 4, and he's been a pivotal part to that. And what I mean by a pivotal part, yes, because it's not goals and assists, etc., but he has been a piece in the jigsaw that's made Liverpool tick. So if you're taking him out, it's almost like he's almost been forced to. But like I said, the interesting thing will be is how they all set up and fit in each other. Gakpo, Isak, Ekitike, Salah, Florian Wirtz. That would be the interesting one.
Well, in fact, Montel, then we asked this to an Arsenal fan earlier on about what is their best front 3/front 4. If you had the biggest game of the season tonight with everybody fit, what is it for Liverpool?
For me, bit unorthodox, but it would be Ekitike in the 10, Florian Wirtz inside off the left. It will be Isak up front and Salah on the right. I think Gakpo hasn't done enough to maintain a spot in the team right now, from what we've seen, and that's just player competition. I think that's Liverpool's best front 4. And by the way, it's interchangeable. Wirtz can still be in the 10, and Ekitike does have that experience off the left as well. So
interesting. I'm just going to read it. There's a viewer who sent in. I've got a feeling it's a Newcastle fan. His name's Sean. He sent in a WhatsApp. See what you think of this, Montel. He says, Newcastle sold Liverpool a top-of-the-range phone, brackets, Isak, but they kept the charger, brackets, Murphy, because Jacob Murphy, remember, provided so many assists for Isak. He's trying to suggest that Isak can't do it without Murphy.
Yeah, see, that to me is just a bit
played, the whole team played for Alexander Isak. He was the main man. He was the talisman, the whole team. Get the ball in wide areas, find him, put the ball in the box, he's going to be in there. This is what I'm looking forward to see now, what Liverpool do, the dynamic with how they play. Because ultimately, Liverpool have just looked to Mo Salah for years, and he's delivered. And now they've got another talisman coming on down the middle.
And Mo Salah has delivered, but his creativity has been unmatched. Season after season, Mo Salah creates. I love the fact that we had Sadio Mane, but some of Sadio Mane's greatest goals came from who? It came from Mo Salah. You know what I'm saying? Bayern Munich away. That's actually a trivela with the outside of the foot on the half volley at the Allianz Arena. People don't usually remember the assist, remember the amazing header. You know what I'm saying? But I look at Salah and his creative bag, and I feel like Salah might not. I'm being